Hey guys, OPB here, coming at you with a quick video. What I'd like to talk about is allocation of resources. The way I see it. This is going to be part one. Call this allocation of resources part one, people. So people are a resource. There's a finite amount of them, and their time does run out. Their skills will run out with them, if not passed down. I believe that in your tribe, in your mag, in your community, whatever you want to call it, I believe that you should have substantial emphasis on instruction. If somebody knows something, they should be teaching everybody at some point how to do that thing. Sewing, great example. Foraging wild edibles, another great example. Farming, food preservation, education, schooling wise, math, reading, writing, foreign languages even. If you can speak a foreign language, that might come up handy in negotiations with other groups. Different cultures might just say, you know what, screw it, we're speaking our mother tongue. For you guys in the States, it might be Spanish or whatever. I think that's your second national language. I don't know how that works there. Here in Canada, on the Quebec side, you got French. Some parts of Ontario is pretty French too. So if they're starting to speak Quebecois, you might want to know how to speak some French. Quebec French, Ontario French, slang is a little bit different. The accent's a little bit different. French, and Quebecois, night and day. So you might have to throw the SD tabernax a couple times in your negotiations. So keep that in mind. If you're in Canada, some parts of the East Coast are pretty bilingual too. If you're in Europe, I don't know what languages y'all speak out there. I don't know if you have secondary languages in your country. I'm pretty sure English is pretty universal. I think it's the most spoken language in the world, other than probably French and Spanish. Given that those are the three big colonizing empires. Portugal too, I guess. But so if you can speak different languages, having that in your cabinet of skills, we'll say, is great to have, to be able to teach to especially young children. And we'll go into a tactic side of that. If you're fluent in, I don't know, freaking Klingon, if you speak Klingon, it's going to be a lot harder for people to understand what you're saying with code words or phrases or what have you. I don't know, maybe you got a tribe of Star Trek geeks and y'all wear red shirts. I wouldn't want to be one of you. But anyways, if you know what happens to the red shirts, maybe you speak Klingon on the radio. Good luck deciphering that. Or what have you, right? Look at the Navajo Windtalkers during the Second World War. Japanese couldn't figure out what the heck they were saying. Well, there's a reason for that, right? Most people, they don't know. Or even if you're native, indigenous peoples, you can speak your tongue too, whether it be Cree, Algonquin, Huron, Apache, right? I'm pretty sure you all have your own dialect. I'm not too educated in that. I mean, no disrespect in that sense. I was raised to respect natives. My family's worked alongside natives, indigenous people, for the entire time we've been here. Especially during the War of 1812. Yeah. So, another thing that I would say is a very good skill that I possess, mechanical skills. If you can make something that's not working work again, or make something that's broken somewhat work again, make it work good enough to do the job, that's a bonus. Engineering, okay. You're gonna have to know load structures and all that. Carpentry, framing, stuff like that, electrical, plumbing, basically all the trades. If you can operate heavy equipment, there you go. I can both work on and operate heavy equipment fluently. That's what I do for a living. I can also do strokes, stuff like that, chainsaws, compression plates, all that good stuff. Two-stroke ATVs, if you still got one. I do. Stuff like that. Oh, that's a huge skill to have. If you're, I don't know, if you're ex-military and you're tactician genius, you know, you're the next Erwin Rommel or George S. Patton, Monty, you know, if you have the ability to lead men in combat, guess where you're going? Security forces, right? That's where you're needed. But you're gonna have to teach that to other people. Some people are natural born leaders, some people are taught leaders. There's a big difference in outcome from what I've noticed, but if you have the mindset to do it, you can do it. Cooking. An army marches on their belly, right? Well, your homestead, your mag, your tribe, it's all going to work on its belly. If you can cook, there you go. I can't cook worth a crap, but I can barbecue, so I guess that's okay. But throw me in a kitchen, I'm lost. You want burgers? I got you. You want a steak? I got you. Okay? You want ribs? I got you. Stuff like that. Hunting, going back to all that barbecue goodness. If you can hunt, if you can raise animals, all great skills to have, very vital skills to have. Yeah. In terms of some more unique skills that I just my eyes opened up to because of where I live right now. There is a very large Amish and Mennonite presence here. I pass horse and buggies on a daily basis. It's kind of scary at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're driving to work and all of a sudden there's this black horse and a wagon in front of you because they don't put lanterns on the back apparently, or they're riding in the middle of a snowstorm like it happened the other day. Anyways, that's a little bit of a rant. I'm going to stop there. But those skills, traditional, old school, very old school woodworking. Can you form a wagon wheel? Can you band that wagon wheel? Right? Can you make barrels? You know, can you make your own clothes? Do you know how to use a loom? Right? All stuff like that. Great skills. Herbalism. That's something that I kind of enjoy learning about. I just kind of started, so I'm not going to really speak on it. Natural plants and their medicinal values, how to make ointments, natural antiseptics, stuff like that. It's going to come in handy because your bottle of aspirin there and your Tylenol is only going to last so long. Right? You start having vitamin C deficiency and you're going to have to start having scurvy. Well, make some pine tea and get rid of that. And some spruce with some pine. It'll be good. Yeah. So stuff like that is very, very important. Medicine. If you are a paramedic, a doctor, a nurse, a dentist, stuff like that, I think moving forwards, apprenticeships are going to be huge. Take somebody under your wing that you see potential in, and nurse them, grow them to be an asset, right? But they got to be willing to put in the work too. I've seen lots of guys come into the trades who think they want to do it, who pretend they want to do it, but when the metal meets the meat, they can't do it. You know, I know a lot of book smart mechanics, but you hand them a wrench and tell them to go fix something, they can't do it. They're stuck behind a desk ordering parts now. But they're licensed mechanics. So, there's that little caveat. Agriculture-wise, small scale agro, I don't think big agro is sustainable. There's not with the amount of people that I foresee the average mag having. Like, yeah, I'm sure some mags will have 300, 400, 500 people eventually, potentially anyways. I think your mag is, like, hypothetically 50 people is a very big mag. We're struggling with our numbers and they're nowhere near that. Hopefully one day they go to that, but you never know. So there's that. Skills like that, I think, as I was saying with the apprenticeship, if you are going to grow somebody, take somebody under your wing, especially your children, your own children. If they like hanging around the kitchen, maybe teach them how to cook. If they like working with you out in the shop on woodworking projects, or working on the truck or the car or the ATVs or the snowmobiles or the side-by-side, or blacksmithing or whatever, that all those skills are going to be vital. I've always wanted to take a blacksmithing as like a hobby. Might do that one day. It's kind of expensive and I don't really have the room for it right now, but we'll get there. We'll get there. All those skills, everything that you can think of that you use something, leatherworking, blacksmithing, making dimensional lumber. If you can operate a sawmill, you are going to be loaded. Same if you can blacksmith. Those two skills are going to be so vital moving forwards. So, and welding. I think welding is going to be a big one too. If you can weld even moderately, if you're like a trades welder, that's going to be a good gig for you. Scientists, I think scientists are going to be an asset in some ways, a liability in another. Just from, again, my perspective, and what I see from people who I know who have science degrees and stuff like that, they tend to be very uppity. Now, I'm not speaking for all of them, obviously, everyone's different. Tend to be full of themselves. They're all in their head, right? They, oh, I know better than you, you're full of crap, so I'm just going to dismiss you. That's kind of what I've realized they're like. Cocky, I guess is the word. That's what I've had the experience with. Now, I could be wrong. There's just plenty of smart scientists out there, I'm sure, that are very nice people. You play both sides, right? Both the learner and the educator. That's important. You have to be able to be taught to teach, in my opinion. If you can't be a good follower, you're never going to be a good leader. That's something that my dad taught me, and it's very true. If you can't be taught, you will never be able to teach. If you're not open to learning, people aren't going to be opening to being taught. Because I know I can strip an engine down and rebuild it. Not a problem. I can rewire an entire piece of equipment, car, you name it. I can make it run. But you ask me to go, I don't know, like build a wind turbine. Yeah, I could probably build it. I could probably understand how it works. Is it going to be the best? No. You asked me to go run hydro lines for a solar system. I can't do that. I understand single phase, dual phase, three phase, and all that. I get that. I deal with that on a small scale. Nothing in big systems. You ask, for example, take my wife. She can cook. She is a medical genius. Not like an actual genius, but she knows her stuff. You ask her to go to the garage and pull the head off of the motor of my truck. She can't do that. But you ask me to go insert an MPA. Yeah, I could do it, but I'm not going to do it 100%. I don't quite possess that skill yet. Working on it. Or an OPA. Can't do that. I haven't even tried that yet. Right? So, all that stuff, that's stuff you're going to need to know. Sorry guys, just a little bit of a busy intersection. So, teaching skills to other people and possessing skills to teach and being able to be taught, I think are going to be two big, very big skills. And things that you're going to have to do moving forwards. I'm going to leave this video out about that. I'm going to be making a part 2, obviously, in this series, asset allocation. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. OPP out.